is learning how to do a corkscrew for hooping or hoop dance or whatever you want to call it. And it's part one of learning how to do a corkscrew. The reason it's in two parts is because a corkscrew is two tricks put into one. And this video is going to cover how to do the first part of that trick. And that is learning how to go from your waist up into lasso, like so. And the second part, which is another video, is going to be how to go from lasso back down to your waist, like so. For this trick, learning how to go from waist up into lasso, keep in mind you're telling and you're guiding your hoop with your fingers where to go, and you're telling it to go up, not out. A lot of people have problems with going out, and they'll find that the hoop is hitting them in the back of the head or in the neck. So keep your hands close to your body during this trick, and you'll do fine. This video is going to be covering how to do it with your first hand and your second hand. But first, which one is your first and which one is your second? Look at it this way. If you hoop in a certain direction, that direction is going to be your second hand. So if I hoop to the right or to the left, my left hand is my second hand. If I hoop to the right, my second hand is my right hand. If I hoop to the left, my first hand is my right hand, so this one. If I hoop to the right, my first hand is my left hand right here. So, hooping to the right, your right hand is your second hand, and your first hand is your left hand. Hooping to the left, your left hand is your second hand, and your first hand is your first hand is your left hand. So, now that we got that covered, let's start with figuring out what to do with your first hand. Get your first hand and put that little sucker on the back, on your lower back, right here. So in this little area, this little dip in your body. So this little dip, put it in the center of your body, and if you're still having problems, kind of imagine that's where your booty crack is, that little middle. So put your hand as close to your body as possible. Don't kind of force it and give a lot of strength, otherwise you're going to get really tired, but just kind of place it there. What you want to do is you want to have a relaxed hand. Too relaxed would mean your fingers start to curl, and too stiff means your hands are like this and a little bit away from your body. And you don't want that because it's going to be harder to hoop while your hand's there. Your fingers are curled because it could get in the way of hooping. You want it just so relaxed. And you want the hoop, when it comes around you, to roll across your fingers. Where do you want your fingers, their hoop, to roll between? You want it between your finger, this part of your thumb, so this little line right here, and the middle of your fingers. So think of your fingers as a beginning, a middle, and an end. You want the hoop between the middle and right here. This is your key spot to hoop in. Any lower, if you have it on the tips, you're going to have less control. Any higher, you're going to have no control. So keep the hoop here. As you hoop on your hip or on your waist, put your hand on your back and put it against your skin as tightly as you can. Not so tight that your arm gets tired, but just so it's comfy there. Feels like it's not even there at all. Get used to having your hand back there. If you have to, this other trick is very important. Close your eyes, begin to hoop, or just have your hand already back there, and just feel the rhythm. Feel every single time the hoop rolls into your fingers or your hands. And every single time that happens, tell yourself, go, 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 go. So when you're actually ready to do the trick and you tell yourself, I'm going to actually go this time, you're ready, you got the rhythm down. Just close your eyes and feel when it's coming. You don't have to actually look at it because sometimes that can throw you off. So when you're ready, what your hand is going to do is it's going to curl. It's not going to lock. It's not going to grip, but it's going to curl. And your hand is just a guide. So as you hoop, your hand is going to curl. And the movement of what your hand is doing is you're going to go from your back, across your little hip, and up to your chest. As close as you can to your body. If you go out, you're telling the hoop, I want you to go out. So if you have your hand do this, like it goes across your body and hits out, then the hoop is going to hit you in the back of the head. You don't want that. If you have problems keeping your hand close to your body, think of it like this. You got a disgusting boogie or booger on the back of your hand and you're wiping it off. Or think of it as your hand is a magnet and there's something in your body that's a magnet. So there's no way for you to let your hand go far away from your body. So just have it close to your hand. What you're telling the hoop to do is to go from here, where you kind of curl your fingers, up to here. Oops, up to here. And this part is a little bit tricky. This is probably the thing that's kind of hardest for beginners to know, because it's the first time you're using your fingers to get a momentum down. So from here, you're gonna lift with your elbow. Your hand cannot do any more because there's no more hand left. The elbow's in the way. So you're gonna lift from the elbow. You're gonna go across your hip, go to your chest and say, like, teacher, hello, I'm here. So the hoop is gonna be right here. And as you lift up, get your thumb out of the way like this. The hoop is gonna slide in your hand on the side. And then as you go up, the hoop is gonna go on your palm, your fingers. Your palm is gonna be on the outside, so you can actually start to do a lasso. So it would look like this. You get the thumb out of the way as it goes behind your head, and that's when your hand will turn sideways. And then from there, you just have your hand straight up and hoop with your hand on the outside. So that's how you do it with your first hand. Keep that hand close to your body, or else it's gonna hit you in the back of the hand. And that's how you hoop with your first hand. Getting into your second hand, it's a little bit easier, but a little bit weirder trick with your thumb. So as the hoop comes across your body, you're gonna dip your hand down there. The hoop is gonna roll into your hand, so it's kind of like you're saying hi. You don't grip it, you don't lock it, you just guide it. The hoop is gonna go up, so you're gonna do this with your body. So go up, and then up. So it's gonna roll across your thumb. As it goes up, it's gonna roll across your thumb, like so, and then your hand is gonna make contact with the hoop. So you can continue to hoop like this. So again, that is dip. So for those of you who are still having problems, this is what it looks like. It goes in a circle, you kind of scoop it up like this. It's gonna go around your thumb, make contact with your hand, then you can continue hooping. If you're having problems with this trick and you want it to go slower, simply walk in a circle, which in hooping world is called sustained spinning. So this is what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna keep one foot still, and you're going to move the other foot. So here's what it looks like when it's just stationary. And then here's what it looks like when you're going in a circle. I recommend going in a circle because doing it still could be a little bit hard. And that's the first part of learning how to do a corkscrew.